All right, Denver Broncos Mile High View. No commercials, no bullshit. The authority, undisputed authority of the Denver Broncos, along with Bucket Man scouting here. So why are we doing this today, Bucket Man? Why are we doing this video?
Well, I mean, we haven't done a video in a while, and I wanted to recap the great A+ reading to see that the content creators are saying that we had, and I want to recap what Mark Schlereth said and how
every year it's the best.
Yeah, same shit. And I also want to talk about we were talking about it before we came on today about the Sean Payton offense and how it was different in terms of sticking to an identity more or less than anything else.
Trying to
yes.
There was, I think I think we had to recognize that, but I also believe there was some times where they got into that, what I call front office football, of using Russell Wilson to take the top off. And if you remember, these same content creators who just said Russell Wilson 3 to 5 Super Bowls, it's in the books already, don't worry about it. Laird said he's the biggest bum. As we said, that's exactly what would happen. That's exactly what they would say, because that's why we're the authority on the Denver Broncos, because we don't lie on this channel, and we don't have to say we're the truth or anything. Everybody knows our track record. It speaks for itself, on being, and they hate our guts, for that track record, because, they want to be lied to, and, they get mad at cursing, but they're just fine with being lied to. I haven't figured that one out yet.
Well, the most ironic thing I've seen so far is these so-called content creators like Mark Schlereth and Little D naming their podcasts like Kicking It with the Truth or Killing It with the Truth and stuff like that. I'm like, I wonder where they got that idea from.
Because where did they get? Why did they have to come out with that?
Because they've lied for 8 years.
They've lied all the time. They've done nothing but lie to everybody.
I mean, I have to ask people a simple question when it comes to that aspect, that term, lying. I don't understand how you can look at yourself in the mirror, and I'm talking to the content creators in the front office in Dove Valley specifically. I don't understand how you can look at yourself in the mirror knowing that you're lying to people on a regular basis. And it's a continuing of lying for 8 fucking years now. I mean, you have this ownership group that is so inept that the only thing they care about is stuff like this and rebranding, which we were, ahead of the curve on that one, of course. We've been saying that.
You in particular.
2 years ago, I said it when they were first put in place, that it's going to be a rebranding for this organization. And it wouldn't surprise me here in the near future that there wouldn't be a team in Denver. They move somewhere else. It wouldn't surprise
me. If there's a big international move, a big international, so you could liquidate some teams and then because there's plenty of people that wanted to buy NFL teams when the Broncos and the Commanders and then the Panthers were out there, that, you just get somebody else to start a new Denver Bronco or whatever else is a new Jacksonville. It seems like Jacksonville is another one of these. We're shopping you out to London quite a bit,
Yeah.
Germany, Mexico City, this kind of thing. And, we got laughed at.
Brazil's a new one, too. They're going to have a game in Brazil. I mean,
I'm sure Japan could be a part of that.
Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, Germany. So, they laughed at us, but there's whole committees the NFL has. And one of the guy who runs the committee is a part of the Denver Broncos. So,
Each. Yep.
Yeah. Nobody, nobody wants to talk about front office. Don't you dare talk about front office.
Yep. If you talk about the front office, you get shadow banned or canceled on here. So
yeah. So speaking of the front office of the Denver Broncos, who's been lying to themselves for 9 years? The front office. They believe there's something they're not.
Yep.
Back in the day, you didn't have all this PR, PFF, all this nonsense, analytics. I think you're right. I think when you look at this John Elway nephew free agency, I think you see the analytics. I don't think anybody looks at it film. They just see some numbers and with no context of whether these numbers are actually even legitimate. They don't. They've said, how many times have they said every free agent? Oh my God, it was Blockbuster. Look at Gray. We got Gregory. You people are out of your mind. You're out of your mind. And
Juwan James, you guys, he's going to be the greatest right tackle in Denver Broncos history. This guy's going to be a top 5 right tackle in the league, and
of course, and
I
we're
mean,
like,
that was one of the bigger debacles I've seen in the
what
past.
about Gordon? What about the running back Gordon and all that money?
Yeah. What about the Russell Wilson trade?
Yeah. Well, here's you got somebody like Mark Schlereth who will tell the truth about Jerry Jeudy, right? About Dropsy-Doodle Jeudy, and Cleveland overpaying him just because they're stupid. But he doesn't want to turn that around and on the Broncos and say, well, look at McFlinchie. Isn't the same thing with isn't he also an underachiever? Wasn't he a bust also that 49ers weren't going to pay him because he's just not worth it? And then the Broncos turn around and pay him.
Well, just look at this current free agency haul that we got. I mean, I have Walmart General fans because what they are. I don't call them Denver Bronco fans. They're Walmart General fans that are defending these moves. Oh my God, these are great depth pieces on a team. Really? If they were great depth pieces on a team, then why did the teams, those said teams that we got them from, didn't re-sign them? I'm talking about Brandon Jones, who the one thing
they didn't have big contracts.
Well,
they weren't.
No, but here's the issue I have with it is there were here's the thing that you guys.
No, I'm just saying they weren't like they weren't like like Simmons who had a big contract.
No. Well, I'm talking about. Okay, let me backtrack.
Well,
here.
I'm just putting it all in perspective.
I know
these are cellar dweller players. These are
cellar dweller players. I mean, you could have got a Geno Stone rather than a Brandon Jones, which I showed on film. Brandon Jones, the only good trait that he has over Justin Simmons. By the way, how's Justin Simmons doing out there so far?
You'd be out of your mind to sign him.
Yeah, you'd be out of your mind to sign him.
Another thing we got right that another lie that was told.
I got to. God, I'm tired of doing this.
Another lie. It was another lie by the content creators, both nationally, locally, but most of it came locally, and another lie by he was they made him ambassador. Why did they make him ambassador? Because Elway needed a guy his guy in there because the ambassador they had was Von Miller. He wasn't playing the John Elway game.
And I remember Elway didn't want to draft Vaughn. He wanted Marcel Darius, defensive tackle out of Alabama.
How did that work out?
Yeah, how did Marcel Darius pan out in the NFL? Von Miller would be a future Hall of Famer.
Who picked who was it that picked?
Bolin, Adam Peters.
Adam Peters overrode Elway on that Von Miller, because like you said, he wanted to go for the bust. He always goes for the bust.
So did Bolin as well. He overrid Elway.
No, what I'm saying is Elway. Elway. Yes, Elway wanted the bust. So Adam Peters Elway got overridden by Bolin in favor of Adam Peters, who wanted Von Miller.
And Vaughn and Elway got into it during that contract dispute when Vaughn wanted that massive contract, and Vaughn's mother got involved with it. So again, here it's just this organization every year. It's just something different. It's the same old track record with this team. So circling back to this free agency.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. Back to that. I just want to get this one thing real quick. He had no problem. Like, he wasn't going to give money to Malik Jackson, but he had no problem, and he didn't want to give money to Von Miller. He didn't want to give money to Wade Phillips,
Danny Trevathan,
or Wade Phillips, any of the dogs. But he had no problem giving money to Menelik Watson's, Juwan James. Yeah, and we've seen this now since Elway took over, since Bolin couldn't override anybody anymore. Peters left, and all his people left. It just, what we saw, what I'm getting at, what we saw just now, what we saw in the last draft, was exactly what we said. We're seeing front office. We're seeing that front office, that this ownership cannot, in their head, wrap the idea around getting rid of. If you're going to bring in Sean Payton, why don't you bring in a bunch of Sean Payton type people so that that would be blowing the team up. You just don't get rid of players that you're going to have to pay or players that you're already paying. You got to really blow this thing up. And this thing has in no way been blown up.
Not getting rid of Jerry Jeudy and Justin Simmons and those type of people. I'm talking about we're talking about blowing up the front office. That is our, MO here is blowing up this front office. I mean,
we need to talk about Harbaugh and all this. Harbaugh.
I want to get into that, but I just want to circle back to this free agency just real quick, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Brandon Jones, I did a film breakdown on him. Malcolm Roach, I did a film breakdown on him. Cody Barton, I did a film breakdown on him. Matthew Pert, I did a film breakdown on him. The problem I have with it, and the problem I have with these players, is they're not even good depth pieces on a team. That's the scary part. I mean, if you had a Malik Jackson and you got a Malcolm Roach, again, the problem is, you got most of these players from 4-3 systems. I'm talking about Malcolm Roach, Cody Barton, Matthew Pert. Matthew Pert looks like the second coming of Donald Stevenson and Melika Watson, possibly worse. He makes Garrett Bowles and Mike McFlinchey look like Hall of Fame level players. I mean, and then I have Bronco fans.
Well, you got Bronco people, fans out there actually believe that shit.
Walmart General people that
Walmart General, excuse me.
Yeah, they're not Bronco fans. Oh, I have Walmart General people defending. Oh my God, these are great depth pieces. We're rebuilding. How are we rebuilding? You could have got a better player with you. You could have got a better player in Geno Stone, and you didn't have to pay him the massive contract that you.
Well, you're assuming. You're assuming Geno Stone would actually want to come to the Denver Broncos.
That's another.
We got to admit that we're guilty of assuming that halfway decent players actually want to go to this organization.
They don't.
Yeah, because unless, of course, and again, this is what gets scary. When the Walmart money is going to pay a good player, is he going to really want to, after he's got his money? What has history shown about these players once they've got their money? How do they
look like dog shit. I mean, they look like dog shit when they come here, let alone when they play.
I'm just talking in the NFL in general.
Yeah. The NFL, the product of the NFL is crap.
That's a whole nother video.
Yeah. But I mean, I have Commander fans, I have New York Giant fans, and I have Saint fans. I went on message boards while you were off doing your thing, and I had some time to myself here. I went and went on message boards and said,
unlike Walmart General fans, fans.
Yeah, and Commander fans are so happy that they got rid of Bart, and he sucks. Giant fans are like, thank God the Broncos.
Didn't we hear that with Dallas? Didn't we? Yeah. So what is John Elway's nephew doing there? Welsh. What the hell is he?
Walsh.
What the hell? What has been
going
on for 9 years?
What are most of these scouts like Brian Stark and Daryl Moogie still doing there?
It's so what?
We got a Saints guy from the Saints organization. You think he's gonna have say over guys like that? Really?
What were the fans reacting with his departure? Yeah. Okay.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay. You got. We got rid of who?
Yeah. It's not like we got a Jeff Ireland in there. Come on now.
They're cleaning their own house out. And then again, the Tampa Bay of the 1970s, the new Walmart Generals, all the has-beens, used to be's come here now. And this is all just great stuff. Just,
A+ moves across.
A+. They even paid for somebody to come out and give them an A+ move. Now, I'm going to tell you, don't trust them. Trust us. Our record, believe me, our record is better than any of these people's.
And you know what's so funny too? I forgot to mention this, and this goes to our free agent recap. When you were off at your Air Force One, when you're at Air Force One, I sent you a video of DNVR trying to counter my breakdown. Yeah. And they're like,
blew up in their face.
blew up right in their face because I knew what they were trying to do. They were trying to counter my film breakdown and say Cody Barton's a great player. And then when they played the film, you have Todd Davis, Zach Stevens, and their butt buddy in there.
Well, Todd Davis is like, nah. And then what was their face? What was the Zach Stevens face?
It looked like they took a fart in church. It was like utter like.
Yeah. I'm just saying you can go and like I say, you go to those content creators. They'll tell you all the lies you want to hear. If you want the truth, even though it hurts, we'll tell you what's going to happen. I mean, it's this, and I think that even a lot of our audience that is built up of now people that are the real Bronco fans, but people are fed up with this shit. We've got them where they can even see that we have them looking at film.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. So once you've started looking at the film, it's kind of like once you've looked, you can't go back. You can't unlook.
What did we say? We've said this for years now. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And I don't know when it's going to get better, but it's going to continue to get worse, folks.
Oh, yeah. But again, it's a front office that believes there's something they're not. So what do? They hire PFF. They hire media. Everything we do is superior. So what did we see? We saw George Payton come out in a video and do what he did exactly with Fangio when he did with Fangio. Why didn't it work out?
He fell on the sword for Elway.
He fell on the sword for John Elway and Joe Ellis and that deal that they made. And this guy, I'm telling you, we might as well throw it out now. Just get rid of.
Yeah,
George
he's gone.
Payton.
He's a dead man walking. He's gone.
And everything's in the same order. We said Wilson was going to go next.
Yep. And then
before him, it was the coach, right?
Yeah. It was Hackett, George.
We said Hackett would go first.
Yeah.
Then it would be Wilson.
George Payton.
George Payton will be right after
it's
that.
Probably going to be Sean Payton next.
And then it'll be Sean Payton. Our track record it can't be matched.
Nope.
You can sit here and tell us how stupid and dumb we are, and then you're nowhere to be found when we come back and say
you take our talking points and then you take credit that you're like this, this saint. Like
truth. This is truth. Pure truth.
Yeah, we're kicking it with the truth. We're killing it with the truth. All right, Mark Schlereth.
So, what got us talking about was I wanted to say go back to putting things into perspective with draft picks and with this latest free agency is. Let's start with defense. I'm challenging you. You think they're a 4-3. They don't know what they are. They don't.
Time out. I never said they were a 4-3. I said they're getting 4-3 players to go into.
No, they got a 4-3 coach. I'm sorry. I'm taking it back. They got a 3-4 coach. They're going after 4-3 players.
Yes.
See, it just shows me one thing. They have no system. Their system is spaghetti against the wall. Whatever sticks, that's their system, and it's been like that ever since. Elway got rid of the dogs.
Well, even when they got rid of Fangio, at least with Fangio, they were trying.
Fangio was trying. He was trying. They hated everything he did.
They
Baron Browning.
Shit.
What was it? Justin Simmons yelling at him and everything. Yeah, I'm sure that did.
Justin, how does it feel to be, just
on the couch?
How does it feel, buddy? How does it feel to be not wanted, bro?
Yeah, when you're running your mouth, you think maybe it caught up with you? You think just maybe it may have caught up to you.
Because we all know that Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes made your career, buddy.
No, they made their own career. They made their careers.
All the lollipop interceptions that you were gifted by all these crap quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well, Kelce and Mahomes made their
careers on Simmons as well.
On Simmons, but nobody wants to talk about that.
No. We show
I go out there. I wait for somebody to challenge me out there and say, "Well, go talk to Mahomes and Kelce. They made their careers off the beating that guy to a pulp."
Year after year, it was
after year. Yeah, for how many 16 games or whatever the streak was? It was all on Justin Simmons.
It's funny. It's hilarious.
So there's that. So yeah, they go out and get players that don't fit it, a 3-4 system because they got a 3-4 coach, but I don't know what they are. Are they a 4-3-3? They don't know what they are. They look like they run a 3-4, but they don't act like they run a 3-4. So
they don't go after. At least they don't even try. You know what? you say that, oh, players don't want to come here. I don't even think they try to go after a Patrick Queen or a Geno Stone.
That's very plausible. Yeah.
They can't. Oh, we could get better players like Cody Barton and Brandon Jones in there. What?
Yeah, players that know. Yeah, that probably wouldn't have got picked by anybody.
You would not go after, or at least try to go after, a Geno Stone and Patrick Queen that are coming from the Baltimore 3-4 system, but you want to go after Brandon Jones and Cody Barton?
Well, look at the guy they got in safety,
Brandon Jones.
Yeah, Brandon. They didn't have to pay that kind of money.
He sucks.
For that player, for a player with that, they wanted another.
You gave him a 3-year deal up to was it $27 million? Geno Stone didn't even get that type of contract. He got a fraction of that, and he's a better player than Brandon Jones is.
Yeah. But no. This. Yeah. So it's never going to get. Things are never going to get fixed around here.
Well, you're always negative. No, it's not that we're always negative. It's that we're always right. It's the problem. I don't want to.
We're always right. That's the. This is a team that is. This is the. It's like a black hole. You want to talk about negativity? It's a black hole sucking anything good, just sucking it right out.
How is it that two people in their mother's basement chronologically got this right when it came to Russell Wilson? Now it's going to be George Payton, then it's going to be Sean Payton.
Well, we got to get it right since Case Keenum, but I'm not alone.
Yep, exactly. So again, it's just the same revolving hamster wheel that we've been seeing for this, this decade long of just mediocrity, mediocrity of crap. But
the quarterback killing shark, you can smell blood in the water. They want to kill another quarterback.
They are going to do again. It's either going to be Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, or Michael Penix. One of the three, they're going to kill him.
Okay, we're looking at something more like a if we're thinking Sean Payton has any say in this at all, we're thinking that that they have to get it. Oh, just have to go grab that quarterback. We believe that it's going to be a pocket. With this team, you don't know what you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah,
they could try to give up all their first round draft picks till 2027, 2028, something like that, to get one of these other guys up that scramble and run around like a chicken with his head cut. Those guys, the two top guys that are supposedly top, do they fit a Sean Payton system at all?
Caleb Williams, no, because I think Caleb Williams is vastly overrated. Drake May is more that. Yeah, I would say Drake May fits that system, but again, I can't really say that because again, everybody thinks that these quarterbacks raise all ships. If you don't,
I'm getting there. Just hold on a second. I'm getting there.
Pocket presence wise, I'd probably say Drake May is the better one out of Caleb Williams because in North Carolina, he was more of a pocket passer than a Caleb Williams running around with the chicken with his head cut off.
Well, what the Broncos want and what they can get are two. I don't know if Drake May is that right?
No, I think if the Broncos had it their way, they would try to go after Caleb Williams because he's the
next. That doesn't fit the Sean Payton system, right?
Yeah, no, but he doesn't. Caleb Williams doesn't fit.
Yeah. So that would make total front office sense because he doesn't fit your system. He probably runs around like a chicken with his head cut off. You can just keep throwing over the top passes over and over. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what you would expect from the Walmart Generals, their front office. But I don't think they have what it takes to get that.
No, they don't.
I don't think they have what it takes to get that. I don't. So I think, and they were. I know they were crying. The content. And then what I found interesting is you had these knuckleheads would come to your website, come to your channel, and they would say, but we don't have the draft cap. We got to get these players. We don't have the money to get you. Well, why is that you don't have the money? Because you have a stupid front office that needs to go. Who just can't help themselves making one stupid move after another. We just saw it with the safety. They wanted to overpay. McGlinchey that they just wanted to overpay. We just cannot get away from, these kind of things. So I want to get into the quarterback, but through the eyes of the offensive line. So we try to think somewhat logically. That's our fault. We try to think maybe this organization will actually do one thing that makes sense. But then, of course, they'll take two steps back. But let's say they go out, because they can't help themselves. They have to go grab a quarterback. And do you see this team not being able to help itself and grabbing a quarterback, number one?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say that they go, if they're going to get a quarterback, are they going to get a guy that is a pocket quarterback?
Do I trust this organization to do that? Absolutely not.
Okay. Let's just entertain the thought that they're going to get a pocket Sean Payton system type quarterback. Okay.
Okay.
But let's say with who they got Stidham anyway.
Jared Stidham.
Is this team even going to remotely address their center? Can we talk about the center position? And Mark Schlereth was talking about, look, Stidham, look what he did off script. Can we explain the difference between what is off script? First of all, he didn't explain what off script means, if it's Patrick Mahomes or if it's Tom Brady. Let's just say, what's off script for each quarterback? Well, off script, as you know, with God, it's not Tom Brady isn't God. That's Mahomes. Mahomes is God.
Yep, he's already better than Brady, according to these people.
Of course he is. Of course he is. So he'll run around like a chicken with his head cut off, making a big play. Mahomes, everybody knows he's 16 feet tall, and all defenders are like 4-foot midgets, and they're hanging off of his arm as he's throwing the ball. That's how what these idiots. That's what football means to them anyway. They don't know football from Shinola, but
of course they don't. But they act like they do.
So basically, what we're saying is, when you talk about off script for Mahomes, it's run around like a chicken with your head. You go run out of the pocket, try to make a play, okay? Or you're using your feet, maybe you run. Okay, that's off script. Now, Tom Brady, that's a different story. For a pocket quarterback, successful pocket quarterback, Brady, Montana, the list goes on and on with pocket guys.
Peyton
Manning, especially Peyton Manning.
Yep.
You need to have the best center. If I'm not mistaken, Peyton Manning and the centers were kind of a thing, If I look at the history of football.
Jeff Saturday ring a bell? Anybody for the Colts and him when he was in Indianapolis for most of his career?
And the praises by Manning.
Yeah.
And then the guards. So you got this three interior guys who allow your pocket quarterback to step up. Now, we didn't get it. This has to do with Schlereth's Telestrator Tuesday. We never got to see the film. We're going to go back and take a look at the film to see Cushenberry. Did he get pushed back while Stidham was in there? What kind of pocket did he get to climb up into?
Just Stidham. He was getting pushed back with Russell Wilson back there.
Yeah.
He was getting pushed back with Locke back there.
Yeah.
He was getting pushed back at will.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost you.
I know. I'm here. We'll have to cut this a little bit short.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Here we go. All right. I had to check the time because I got to be at a lunch. I've got a lunch.
Okay.
Here coming up. So I'll post this tonight for all of you guys. I'm going to have to get going in just a few minutes.
That's fine.
So anyway, so that's is the Broncos, are they going to do anything to address the center and all this?
There's a center in the draft that's my top center who I scouted and I did a film breakdown on, Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon, who
will he be around in the third round?
Yes, he will be. He will be there at 12. But you know what the Broncos will do is they'll go after that quarterback and they'll say Alex Forsythe and Luke Wattenberg are the answers at center. They're not. Alex Forsythe fucking sucks. He sucks. I did a film.
So when they get this quarterback killed with their offensive line, it's all going to be the quarterback's fault.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's going to be the coach's fault.
Well, no, George Payton's fault first.
Oh yeah, that'll come first, and then Sean Payton's fault.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how that's going to work. I didn't mean to cut you off. I do have a lunch appointment.
Yeah,
Anything? Why don't you wrap up with something? We can come back. I know we're waiting for the draft.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the draft. Like I
For
said,
the quarterback. It's got to be a quarterback.
Yep. I'm going to be scouting these top tier, franchise god level, Patrick Mahomes level quarterbacks here that are coming up. Absolutely not. I'm not going to. But what I am going to do, my next project is I'm going to look at how Cushenberry did when Stidham was behind there, and
we talked about that. You
Yep.
didn't get that from when we do a telestrator. We do it right. We don't just
we don't cherry pick it. We go through series after series after
but
series.
we show them. You show them. You show it. You don't just talk about it. You actually show it.
Yep.
Because we got to see, what does Stidham have to work with? He doesn't have to worry about ball baby Judy anymore.
Well, let me ask you a question. When Sean Payton was in New Orleans, he always had good centers. I'm talking the most recent one, who's one of the better centers in the league, that out of Texas A&M, Eric McCoy, who they drafted. They have, when Breeze and Sean, after those mediocre seasons, what took off is you got a Ryan Ramczyk, you got an Eric McCoy.
They started building the lines.
And that was because of Mickey Loomis and Jeff Ireland, who had Sean on a leash and said, nope, we're going to go after it. And look what happened. Breeze started shattering records and shit because he had the time in the pocket and he had the player personnel around him to run the system and to have time to read War and Peace back there and throw darts in the middle of the field.
That is not coveted
and
at this
climb the pocket and climb the pocket and climb the pocket. What do you think the Chiefs did after the Super Bowl when the Buccaneers kicked their ass up the middle? They got Joe Thuney, Creed Humphrey, and Trey Smith.
Yeah.
To rebuild the interior.
Yeah.
That's all
they don't covet any of that stuff here. It is so I think that you're right. I think that this front office is so invested in analytics that they don't even know the game of football anymore.
And this ownership, just before you leave, this ownership is in it because they put all this time and energy on this type of shit and the new turf at the Pat Bowlen practice field rather than fucking putting the time and effort on the player personnel.
And you just got cut off. Rather than the player personnel. Yeah, no, the front office it's the best in the world. Well, I'm going to end it because you are froze, Mr. Freeze.
I'm here. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I'm going to end it here. I got to go.
Okay. All right. Enjoy your lunch, chopped liver.
Yes. Thank you. Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.